Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Always with Younes Charfaoui. In this video, we are going to continue working on GildedRose refactoring. So let's get started. So in the previous video, we created some small tests, characterization tests that shows that unit code is working fine. This is the code. We did nothing actually. So we shall start doing the refactoring. One thing I did, I also copied the requirements here. So we can see the requirement and what we need to do, which to add this thing and to understand more about the domain problem, because the domain problem is the way to do cool refactoring. You can start refactoring without any kind of compass, right? But once you have the domain understanding, you know where you want to reach. Okay, so this is important. Another thing which is for this kind of test, we did some kind of coverage test last time. We saw that it was 100%. Actually, it's tell you that all the code here has been executed, but this doesn't tell you whether that if you change anything in the code, like here or here or here, currently right now, it is working. Like if we change this to 5, it will break the test, which is a cool thing. It means our test is testing this thing correctly. See, this is a problem. It is not testing this part accurately. So this might be a problem, but for now, I believe since you are running some kind of 7 tests, I believe it's because of 6 days. We need to add different items that will figure out this thing. But as I told you, even though you have 100% coverage, you are not sure that by changing the invariants here, it will make that work. For example, if I change this here, I think this will make the test fail. Exactly. So our test is checking this, but it's not checking this. Okay, there is an actual type of test you can run it. We can't do that in this video. I actually made a video about it, which is mutation testing. It will try to change this thing and you run the code and see, it will tell you like this part you are not doing that well in your tests. So just be sure of that. For the moment, this is fine. I believe we can do our refactoring without this. All right, so the first thing, one of the things I like to do is that I will try to remove those warnings first. There is some clutter here. This is called removing the clutter. All right, so here, for example, quality -1, Alt Enter, it will do that immediately. So it will fix that for us, -1. Same thing here, Alt Enter. Most of them can be fixed with Alt Enter. This is fine. Reducing the set in and reducing the quality. This is actually quality minus quality. This is mean 0, right? Let me do that. 0. This is the beauty of the test. It's passing. Cool. Like it means if we did 1, for example, it won't pass, which makes sense. Okay, so this is passing. Same thing here, Alt Enter, just removing some clutter. And this item, they are saying that this can be private. Okay, if you run it, it's working. That's fine. So as you can see, there is this for loop here, like you can get everything here. Everything is inside the for. And there is this if here, this is the bigger if. So we are looping around indices and we are getting item v. Okay, that's fine. So here is the thing. We can extract all of that code. I will start by extracting this function as it is updating for one item only. Okay, this is the for. So I will extract this as update item. Okay, the function for extracting, and let's call it update item at I. So see, this is I. What we can do, we can extract this item I, like we are not passing the item. We can pass the item direct. Like here we are passing the whole array or the whole list. Let's pass just the item. Okay, so Command Shift V or Command Alt V and replace 25 occurrences. Command Alt V. So this will extract this variable here. So it is item. Now what we can do Command Alt P to extract it to the function, which means we can get the item like that. And what we call it, integer will be intelligent. That's a cool thing. So it will extract this to item. One extra thing you can do in Kotlin is that since this is updating the item, what we can do, we can make it a receiver. So it will be a receiver like that. We don't need this. So you see, it was item.something. Now it will be directly item. Or not item, but name directly because you are accessing that in the content. And since you are not accessing anything for this GildedRose class, you can move it outside and boom. That's pretty cool thing. Here we are looping for I. We need I just to get index, so we don't have to do that. Actually, we can do items directly for each, for example. And inside this for each, we can do item.update. Actually, it's like that, but this can be also simplified to something like item.update item. And we can run our code. Exactly, the tests are passing. That's a cool thing. This is some good start. You can commit your code at this point, but we can get there. This item class, actually, I didn't look into it. So there is this open class. I don't know, we are not extending anything. No one is extending this thing. It's already here. So we can move it to normal data class, actually. And this name is, this function specifically is used for a purpose, right? So what we can do, okay, this is this, we don't need it actually. And since we deleted this, Android Studio or IntelliJ will capture that there is a cool intention. We can do concatenation like that. And we can convert it to expression body, like with a cool expression just like that. We are just reducing clutter so we can get better understanding for the code. This is refactoring actually. You reduce clutter so you can see some kind of pattern, so you can extract it to some better abstraction or function or anything else, all right? Now, this GildedRose actually right now, it is taking items and it is mutating items. This is kind of a problem because this function, especially this function, is mutating every item itself, okay? And it is mutating it here inside the item. That's problematic, kind of. So what I like to do is not to depend on mutation. So what we can do, we can create val here, like that. This doesn't break anything here, but I think it will break something in the test. No, it's not. Let's see, let's run the code. Okay, that's fine. That's a cool thing. And let's see the update quality where it's used in the test here. The app, what we are calling GildedRose with the item. For each item in this one, append line. What is the app? Where are we calling? We are calling it here update quality. So this with update quality, every time for each day will update the quality. Okay, every time you are working with the day, so this day is explicit. So each time you are receiving a new kind, not new, like the previous old item and updating it. Okay, for the moment it's fine. We can start refactoring this. So if name doesn't equal aged berry, doesn't equal this thing, and then if the quality is bigger than 0, and if the name is different than this thing, okay, we can do that. Okay, here's the first thing. I don't like not equal. I like equals because equal makes sense for comparison, okay? Because not equal to some, if it is simple, okay, that's fine. But here it means you are doing this kind of thing for all the other items. For example, sulfurous here, for example, like there is this sulfurous here. You can extract this to some kind of, I don't know, some kind of constant, but this is fine for the moment. So here is the first thing I try to do. I try to invert this in. You can do the following, add invert condition. What it will do, it will make this equal and this or, and then equal. So it just swap, invert the code, okay? So here is also a cool thing, name equal that thing. And what we are doing actually every time we are doing quality, if the name and the name, we are updating quality and updating quality, we are checking the cell-in, updating quality, that's fine. And then for the name, we are updating quality. For the name, we are updating the cell-in. And then if the cell-in is less than 0, checking the name and updating quality. Okay, so we are just updating quality every time. The only place you are updating the cell-in is only here. Okay, so this is also a cool thing. You can see that this is not equal. You can make it equal. Actually, how you can convert that? You can do alt enter, invert if, but this will make it empty body. You can do something actually to make it look cool because you can do one cool refactoring here. You can make it less than 0. Not less than 0, but minus 0. This is neutral number, so it should change nothing. Boom, everything's working fine. What you can do here, this you can see right now, it is saying that there is left assignment. So cell n will be minus equal this thing of the assignment. So we can remove the braces. So this will create a cool, good expression for cell n. If the name equal this thing, 0, otherwise 1. This is actually cool. All right, let's get back here. So if name is equal aged berry or backstage, okay, we are updating the quality. Then if the name equal this thing, okay, the name here is the same as name here. So it means, okay, we can do one cool thing here. We can split this F. So we are going to duplicate it. Here's how we can do it. Because as you can see, like this is one cool refactoring you can do. But we are not refactoring just for the sake of, for example, the goal is to reduce the number of F. Well, it is cool, but we are refactoring to get a better understanding of the domain, right? And refactor towards domain thing, toward domain understanding. So it represents the domain well. Because what I noticed so far, let me just confirm that. Here, this is a system to update inventory. That's fine. And it is updating it based on the item names, based on the names, okay? So the names should drive the Fs. All right, so it is saying that all items have cell n and quality. Okay, what does it mean cell n? Because which denotes the number of days we have to sell the items. Yeah, cell n, yeah, exactly. We can do one cool thing here. Sometimes like refactoring will pop up from time to time. This cell n, you can rename it to better cell in days. Okay, like this is just a cool thing. And this also GildedRose here, it is name of class, but what it is doing actually, it is updating. I can call it GildedRose updater. Like this is an updater. We are passing items and then it is updating the items. Refactoring to good names also create a good structure so people can understand after you what this doing. Okay, this is updating item. All right, so let's get back to requirement. We have quality, that is how valuable. At the end of each day, we lower both values for every item. Exactly, so it is based on the item itself. So we can refactor based to the names, where names equal. Here's what I'm going to do here. You can do, as I told you, one cool refactoring here, which is, since there is this if, and inside if there is only this if, you can take this and put it here and do it with an and. But this won't reach us, like they are just condensing the amount of condition, but I want to get to the point where for each name, I'm going to do this updates. For each name, this updates, and so on. So what I can do, because I noticed that inside this if will execute only if you are at this part. And since this is an OR, you can't just remove it. You can't just be sure, because sometimes you are here. So what we can do, we can copy this one and put it above it and do an else if. So it is the same thing. We did nothing actually. This will keep passing the test, I believe. This is small steps. Then what I'm going to do here at this point, I'm going to delete that. Okay. And since we delete that, this can never be true. So we can delete all of that. This is a cool thing. So we reduce the condition here. Then for this one, this is already compared, so we can delete that here. So it stay only here. And inside this branch, this is guaranteed to be executed. So we can delete that actually. You can delete it like that, or there is kind of an unwrap called unwrap, remove, command shift delete. So this one, you would tell it that I want just to remove the F from the outside. So it can remove it. Boom, command shift, run the test, and everything is fine. So see, this kind of thing can make, okay, this is fine. If the name is ageberry, update the quality like that. Otherwise, if the backstage, update the quality. Then if it's for simple days, for sell days like that, selling days 11 updated, otherwise 6 updated. Cool. Okay, you can notice something here. We are always comparing the quality. If it is less than 50, you are updating the quality with 1. Okay, here's one cool thing. Since this is just one branch, we can do the following. Alt and remove the branch like that. So it is a simple if statement. Here for this one, you can see it is the same. And this one, it is the same. This is a cool thing. You can see that this is command F replicated 3 times, which means we can extract the function out of here. So you can do the following. Actually, let's check if there is more. See, here is one. Cool thing. So there are 4 actually. So we can do the following. We are going to extract function. Let's call it update. It's update quality, or like it is specific, right? It is increase quality. Yeah, this is beauty of IntelliJ. 3 fragments. Let's replace them all. So this is cool thing. We can then remove brackets again here, and yeah, here you can do it actually. Yeah, it's already there. Yeah, exactly. It is like that, as that. Command shift to make sure everything is running fine. Awesome. And boom, that's really cool thing. We extract it. So based on the name, if it is this thing, then if this thing, if it is ageberry, otherwise if it is backstage, otherwise if it is quality. This is a simple if here. So we can lift it here directly. So this is kind of steps you do refactoring, because you are just exploring. So you can extract things from time to time. Actually, I don't know how much we started with the cyclomatic complexity. This is a cool metric to also measure for, but we are not trying to optimize for, yes, cyclomatic complexity can be a goal, but not itself a goal. Like it can help you to achieve a goal. For example, we are refactoring here. We want to reduce the complexity by certain thing, but we are refactoring to understand more the domain and to extract more domain insights. All right. You can install a plugin. I don't know why it's not installed here. You can go to plugins here and search for code complexity. This plugin, you can install it. It will tell you about the current cyclomatic complexity of the function. You can give it a value by which this means the code is complex. This is actually cool. So it is installed. You can make it okay here. And I believe it shall start working once we reopen the file. So here the complexity is 400. Well, this 400 is based on some value. Let me check it. So here, if you go to tools and code complexity, okay, the value, if it is simple, less than 8. Okay, I use the value of 7. 7 is much better. 7 here. And you can show percentage of the number of 7. All right, but I prefer showing the percentage. So let's close it and reopen it. It's more than that. Okay, that's fine. I believe we started with more than 400, which is very, very complex for the understanding. So we can continue our refactoring here. All right, so what is so special about 50? Like, why 50 we are comparing with 50? Because if you go here to the requirements, you will see that the quality of an item can never be negative. That's fine. But also the quality of an item is never more than 50. That's why we are doing this thing. We are checking if the quality is less than 50, so we can update it. So if it is bigger than the 50, we can't update it. Okay, this is just to understand. And this is also fine. See, here when we are doing the minus, we are checking if here, if it is what? If it is bigger than 0, so we can make minus. Otherwise, we are going to be at the end of the spectrum, which is problematic. Here you can see something because it's a cool thing also here. See, the name are always compared with negative, with not equal. What I can do here, I can not flip it, but actually invert it. If you can do invert if, it means if it is h bigger, you are going to increase the quality. Here you may say that, okay, we are increasing the quality here and here. Why we are updating it 2 times? Here is the issue. We are updating it here, then we are updating the cell in, and based on that cell in, we are also updating. So we can just extract this code and put it, or if you want to update it 2 times here, it's not going to work because you can't do it. Let me just do it for you. Update it 2 times, and here, instead of doing that, let me just extract all of that because we are going to remove that condition and work it directly like that. But this wouldn't work. I believe it wouldn't work exactly because this condition is different. It is different because it's based on something that is going to update later on. Okay, but we can keep going. So there are kind of 2 update quality before the cell in and after the cell in. This is cool information. Okay, we can do here the same thing. We can expand it like that. Quality is 0, backstage. We are setting the quality directly to 0. It is less than 0. All right, here. Oh, okay, this would be problematic. If it is different than this one, we are going to make it minus. Okay, let's invert it. It will be a cool thing. Look. It will be here a return. All right, this is a return. Otherwise, okay, here's one thing. You can do the following, and I believe it will work. Exactly, that's cool. So we are updating the quality here. If quality can be updated, this is the thing. If quality is bigger than 0, we can make it minus. All right, cool. And here we are not updating the quality. What does it, like, why we are not updating the quality? Because if you notice, also here, like it is the same condition, right? There is this quality here, and there is this quality here also. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to invert it like that. But here we are updating nothing. We are not updating. Here we need to check this thing because it's a little bit weird. Why we are not updating? Okay, this item is being a legendary item. Never has to be sold or decreasing quality. It makes sense, okay? So it means this one cannot be updated at all. Okay, there is another search. Just for clarification, item can never have its quality increase above 15. However, this one is a legendary item and such the quality is 18 and it never alters. Okay, that's too specific. It means we can't update the quality here. It means we need to keep it as it is. Okay, just for the sake of consistency, yeah, because this condition, I believe it should go inside here. So let me just do it. We are doing nothing actually here. If the condition, if it's bigger than 0, it means this would work. I know this is fine. What we can do all of that like that. It's okay, fine to have empty body, and let's run it again. It should change nothing. Cool. So everything here is based on the item. That's the beauty. Everything here in name is based on, like all the conditions are based on name, which means we can do cool refactoring, which is to replace it with the when. The when makes it a little bit easy to read. So I can remove here brackets. Here the issue. See, this is increased quality, right? We can update it to update quality and update quality. And then what we can do, we can make it parameterized. So we can update quality based on item. So this one here can be pushed outside with Shift P, yeah. And let's call it, we are updating by certain change. Let's call it change, how it is changing. So we are changing by 1, update quality by 1. What we can do exactly here, we can just to make it consistent, right? Because here we are updating the quality and here we are kind of updating the quality. See, this is bigger than 50, right? Here is what we can do. We can call here directly update quality with 1 and remove all of that. Let's use the code, run the test. I believe it should work. Exactly, it is working. So we remove an extra F, reduce the complexity a little bit. I want to update the quality here, but I don't want to update it. That's the thing. I don't want to update it. I want it to be 0, but this will set this to 0. It will increase it with 0. Okay, if I run it, what will happen? Exactly, it is passing. So this change do nothing. So what we can do here, we can also make this one here like that. We can update it, update the quality with -1. But the problem is that we shouldn't do that because if we run it right now, this wouldn't work. Exactly, it's not working. If you check why it's not working, because some of the quality is minus. Okay, because when it reaches 0, it should be 0. It means what we can do, let's return it. We can make it here in the condition. If it is quality is less than 50, we can do this thing. Oh, okay, we can do something much better. Okay, we can do much better. There is a cool function actually, because the end thing is the following. We want to keep the value between 50 and 0. So what we can remove this condition. And here we can, okay, let's do like the following, quality plus change. But we only do that if the resulting here will be in that range. There is this function which is course like that, and exactly between a maximum and a minimum. We can tell it to become between 0 and 50, like the following, and run the code. Okay, it is failing. Now I need to check why it is failing, because I think it is correct, the analysis. Yeah, that's the issue. This item, if you remember, need to stay at 80. But in our case, we are updating it to 50. Why we are updating it? Because here, if you remember, we updated with 0. So, okay, that would be stupid, but let me do if name equal that thing, because it is special. Don't update, please. And let's run it. Boom, it's running. That's a cool thing. You can commit at any time. Of course, I'm not committing anything here. All right. Here, if you remember, okay, we are setting the quality here to this thing. Like I want to use, okay, before that I complete. Here, if you remember, I told you like you can use update quality because all of that change is done for this thing. You can make it to -1 and it should pass. Boom, it's passing. Cool, we can, okay, what's that? Yeah, we remove this one, right? Let me just organize the code a little bit here for this one and for this one. Okay, which makes it a little bit cool actually. All right, it's a little bit simple because now the logic is fine. We can compare based on the name and update the quality, right? That's a good thing. Now we need to do it for this part also. Here, the name, we are updating it. Okay, if it is backstage and the sell-in days are 0, okay, we are making the quality, I believe it has a condition, you know? Backstage, like aged berry, increase the quality. Exactly, quality drops to 0 after the concept, which means the following. We can update the quality here. We can use our method to update the quality, but here we are updating it to make it 0, but this will require change. So what we can do, we can pass minus quality. It should work. Nice, it's working. Awesome, this is also a cool thing. You can do update quality with -1. Sorry, 1 test. Cool, it's passing. Awesome. Here you can update the quality also. Update quality. Okay, we can update it to 0 because here is what you do. It will check that if it is this name. So we can run it actually, it will pass. The cool thing here is that this if doesn't have to be here. Like we can put it outside here like that and it will work normally, I believe. Nice. And then exactly we can, this is a cool thing. There is an if here. We can do replace if with when. That's a cool thing. Also, this name, okay, aged berry also can come here. Let me just go back because I want to do this with automatic refactoring. This if can go here with this else. So it is else if, else if, else if. Now this if, you can do the following, replace if with when. All right, now we can delete, I believe, all brackets from all one. This is a beauty. All right, so you saw where it were exactly. See, 142. Still the one will count in the thing, but it is less. Still we have those two ifs here. That's really cool approach right now. I still don't like this one. Okay, see, we are updating quality with 0 for this one, right? Let me check if it is the same thing. Yeah, here and here. Okay, let me just do it much better. If change is equal to 0, which means don't update. That's much better, I believe. It's passing, that's cool. This is a simple method. 14, cool. I think that's fine. I think for the moment it is fine. We reduce the quality, we reduce the total complexity, which is fine. The only thing I don't like is that we are updating the quality here and then we are updating the quality later on here. And we need to do that because that's the problem. We are updating the cell in here. Okay, this can be extracted as a method, I believe. Okay, let's extract this one. Update cell in days. It should do nothing. Nice. And it doesn't reduce any complexity, even though it has an if and else, but I don't know if it was reduced or not. Let me just get it back. Yeah, it was reduced actually. All right. I believe right now we can work on our requirement to make it work. Here the requirement is like the following. We have recently signed with the supplier of conjured item. This required updated system. This item is degrading its quality twice as fast as normal items. Okay, it means we can add this item. I believe the item is already added in the test. Let's go back to test. Here exactly. This is the item. The item, this conjured item doesn't work properly yet. Let's add the quality here. So they are telling you the requirement is that degrade in quality twice as fast as normal item, which means we can put it here, give it this name, and what is the quality change? Degrade like that, -2, I believe, because this is where it's used. Where is -2? Minus twice as fast. Once the item by date has passed, quality degrades twice as fast. Okay, because I need this twice as fast. Or what do they mean by twice? I believe by 2. Okay, now the tests will fail. We need actually to change here in our item. So here's the thing. It is 6, then it is 5, then it is 4, then it is, 3, 1. Okay, that's weird. Okay, this is, sorry, this is the quality and this is sell-in, right? If you go here, the sell-in and then the quality, which means we need to change the test first. We need to make it fail. Okay, before that, let me just delete this line as it makes nothing. And then we need to go to the test. Okay, this is the quality, right? So they told us that this new item degrade in quality twice as fast as normal items. That's it. That is the change, which means it is like the following. Go back to the test. Every time, the first time it is 6, then it is must be 4, then it must be exactly 2. Okay, the first time it is 6, yes, and then it is 4, and then it is 2, and then it is 0, and it stays as 0. That's the logic behind it. That's it, right? Sell-in days, exactly. Now, if you run the test, it should fail. Cool. Then if we add our line of code, it should work. Boom. So that's pretty much it. We refactored the code. We actually first made the change easy. So it was just line of code. Now, if you need any item right now, you can do it simply like that, just updating the quality based on the thing. You may tell me why we updated it here and not here. Okay, that's pretty cool thing. Actually, because since the update of the quality is here, right? We are updating it based on sell-in. It means we need to merge those two things. I believe that's fine for the moment for this video because we make the change easy and then we made the easy change. This is the easy change. If you had to add it to the previous old code, it will be a little bit of problematic because you don't understand nothing. But right now it's much easier. Still, we are going to do one more round of refactoring in the next video. And maybe even we can extract an abstraction because right now we are comparing with the one. I believe you can create some kind of interface, an abstract concept that's called item updater. And based on the item, we can create item updaters for HDBs, for backstage, and then we can reuse those classes to update the quality. Let's think about that in the next video. So that's basically it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I know this will be a longer video. So thank you very much and see you in the next videos. Salam alaikum.